What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to address an issue that I hate about this work truck that I bought, and that's the fact that it doesn't have a center console. So what I did was I went to the salvage yard and I bought a center console that flips up and down. So as you can see, it is completely trashed, and the goal is we're wanting to take the material off the one that I have. Even though it's kind of dirty, I'm going to clean it up at the same time, and put it on the other. So we're going to go ahead and take this out. So in order to do that, there's two 15mm bolts in the front of the seat, two 11mm bolts in the back, and they actually sandwich on top of the center console itself. So we're going to take those out, get the old console out of the way, and then see what we need to do to get this material switched over to the other. Chances are I'm going to probably have to take it to my upholstery guy, especially for the top side, but hopefully the bottom will be able to transfer over. Now that the seats are out, we're ready to lift this console out, and as you can see, the seat sets on top of it, so there's really no bolts holding the console in. It's always interesting to see what you find under the seats. Found a Band-Aid, a bunch of toothpicks, a cigarette. It's always gross, so we're going to vacuum this out at the same time, but we're going to get this out of the way. We'll set them side by side and see what we've got. So here they are, both out side by side. This is the stationary one. This is the one that I'm wanting to put in. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take the seat belts off, because as you can see, my seat belts are in way better shape. So I'm going to move my seat belts over, or at least take them both off. But it looks like we might get lucky and it might fit. So the hinge is actually built onto the bracket. So what I'm hoping I can do is take everything, including the foam, off and switch it over for this base. And then all I have to do is take it to my upholstery guy to have the actual console itself recovered, hopefully using that same material off my old one. So we're going to get this stripped down, and I'll kind of show you as we go if I run into anything. So the next thing we're going to take off is this T-fitting here. It's a T40. So we're going to take this out, and then what'll happen is this will slide up out of the way, and there's a bolt behind this that we need to get to. So once you get those two bolts out on either side, this one's actually two-piece on this side. This upper piece just slides out, and then this actually slides up enough so you can access, there's two 10mm bolts down here. You need to take those out. And then if you look on the other side, it's actually slotted, so it comes in from one side and then sets in the other side. Once those two 10mm are out, it literally just comes right apart. So I pulled the top off. I went ahead and pulled this plastic sleeve off that side. So now we're going to flip it over. And on the bottom side, the way these are put together, you can see it's literally just clips for the material. So just unclip everything, and then we're going to see if we can just take the material off, the foam and everything. So I stretched this old piece. I took it off of here and tried to stretch it over the new, and everything fits okay except for the back. This guy over here has two posts that come up the center, whereas the old one doesn't have that. So I am going to have to take all this to my upholstery guy and just have him cut some slits in it and sew some new stuff. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to clean this off with my steam cleaner, and then we're going to take it down to my upholstery guy and let him deal with basically moving all this over. We got it back. It looks absolutely amazing. He did a great job. He switched out my cup holders. The other ones had a tan insert, and I didn't like that, so he put my black insert back in. He also recovered the sides, obviously, to go around the new console. And then he had to use some new material back here in the back, but it matches perfectly. He did a great job. You know, they had that cutout for the post on either side. And then he, of course, used my material to recover the fold down portion. And then I bought a new lid off of Amazon, which I'll list that info down below. The shop that did this is a local shop to me. They've done a lot of stuff for me. They do a great job. He did the seat in my 52 pickup. But it's Charlie's Custom Upholstery. I'll also list their information down below. But now we're going to clean out the truck. I was kind of waiting on getting this back, but we're going to clean out the truck, and then we're going to put it all back together. Now that the seats are out of the way, we're going to go ahead and remove the jack and the tire iron, get them out of the way so we can get a good clean on the floor. You can see it's absolutely disgusting. So we'll get those out of the way. Just two 10mm bolts or nuts on that guy over there, and then this just spins off. The last thing I took off was these rails here, and you can see there's a ton of stuff underneath them. So I'm going to get the vacuum. We're going to give it one good vacuum around, and then I'm going to start to clean it with some simple green and a brush. And we're just going to start there, and then I'm going to get my steam cleaner out, and we're going to kind of go over this back carpet and the back panel here. Once you have it all clean, I think I'm pretty much finished up cleaning all the mat and underneath all the stuff that was mounted. We're going to go ahead and mount that stuff back before we put the seat in, obviously. But take your time and clean the stuff off, like your jack and you know, the crowbar, all that set. Clean that up real nice. That way you're not putting dirt back on top. But it looks a lot better. I could probably spend a ton more time on it, make it look even better, but it looks way better than it did. I went ahead and put back on the seal plates on both sides after cleaning them on both sides, and I think we're ready to get started on the seats and the jack and tire iron. This is what we have when we're all finished up. I still need to scrub on the seats a little bit. They're still wet, so they're not quite as bad as they look, but the floor looks better. This console is 1,000 times better. Now I'm sure you notice I don't have the button. I've still got to find that at a salvage yard. This one that I picked up didn't have that, but all in all, it looks really good. Doesn't quite match the factory colors. It's a little bit off, but hey, I'm not complaining. I have a console now. My cup holder's back. I've been using this without a cup holder for a couple days and it sucks. But hopefully you guys, when you take stuff apart, take the time to clean it. I cleaned all the rails on the seat. I didn't show you. Also cleaned the back sides of the seat all the way around. The only thing I did not clean is the seating surfaces. And so I need to go over those with my steam cleaner, and I'll show you that in a future episode. But it does look a lot better, and this is something that you guys can do pretty cheap. So we're all finished up. Hopefully this is a simple project that you guys can do if you have a work truck. I know I hate driving around and not having something to rest my arm on. The other thing is it gives me some additional storage in the truck to put, you know, like insurance cards or, you know, just whatever you're carrying, just gives you some additional storage. And you still have a seat. So all in all, good. And, you know, you can pick these things up at a salvage yard. I paid $40 for the actual console, and all I really needed was the metal. I spent $80 at the upholstery shop, and then about $50 on the lid. Now, I still do need to get the button that goes in the center, but I'm sure I'll be able to pick that up at the salvage yard for less than $10. I will say that my trucks are not ever that dirty. I bought this truck a while back and I haven't cleaned it, so my trucks are never that dirty, especially under the seat. And so I didn't want you guys thinking I drove around and trashed vehicles. Everything that I own is really, really clean. So I'm very picky. I clean under everything. When I'm putting stuff back together, I clean each little piece individually. But anyway, if you like this video, guys, please smash that thumbs up button. Go down and hit the subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And we got tons of stuff left on this truck, so stay tuned to see what happens next.